You remember this theme music? "79-year-old Bill Cosby showing up at the Montgomery County Courthouse about 8:40 a.m. today with a large media presence. His daughter's with him, trying to protect Daddy and the dozens and dozens and dozens of women that Bill Cosby molested with date rape drugs. They fell asleep and he had sex with each one of them, even during the Cosby Show. What a dirty old man, filthy old man. They need to lock his butt up, get rid of him. It's just disgusting. It's repulsive. I just can't watch any reruns of the Cosby Show. Just knowing how he abused and used women and psychologically just ruined them. For people that suffer sexual trauma, rapes and stuff, like women are just never the same. It robs their innocence. It's not a good thing. Folks, pray for America. Guess who wants to save America? Richard Drefuss, the Close Encounter actor. He's making sense. Actor Richard Drefuss wants to return America to its founding principles, which he says have been running off course for decades. He's got a nonprofit organization called Drefuss Civics Initiative, and what he's aiming to do is to revive the teaching of civics in America, which is a great idea, education, so young people can rebuild our shaken country by understanding the basics of the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights. He has made many public appearances to promote these ideals since the initiative was incorporated in 2008. He says, "I just simply want to save my country." Drefuss was telling the Sunday Times per RealClearPolitics.com. He says, "I take it personally, the loss of America." He blames 50 years of irresponsibility on the part of parents, politicians, school superintendents, and the media. Listen to that. And the media, the breakdown of brilliant and courageous concepts that once made America a beacon of light, finally in the darkness of history. He says the country has become unbound during these years. He says this is the worst self-inflicted wound, he said. He is hoping to change that through progress under the initiative that encourages parents and individuals to help teach our kids how to run our country with a return to civics classes to school. This will help them understand the values of the founding of the country. Well, Richard, you can't leave out God and country. Because I do believe that America was a divine design. That's why we were the beacon of hope. It was the light of the world, the light of Jesus. And despite what anybody will say, we were a Christian nation and largely still are. There's a lot of good Christians out there that have light, and thank God for their light. And Reverend Franklin Graham and Billy Graham Evangelistic Association, all the great work they do in other Christian ministries around the world, and all the great work that we do around the country. Had it not been, to me, for those initiatives and the great humanitarian efforts that we do to build houses, feed the poor, aid people in duress around the world, I don't think God would continue to bless us the way he does. But even despite all the bad things that people do in our country, because of the faithful, God is able to bless. And that's a beautiful thing. Thank God for that. You know, you say, well, God, worse things could happen to us, you know. I think it's God that does bless. But I'm telling you, what one smart preacher told me many years ago with the Oklahoma City bombing, he says it's as if God is removing the hedges from America one by one. That's what he said, Adrian Rogers, back in 1995 to me when I was a young guy. That was his view. He said that he thought that God was moving the hedges. And I thought it was an interesting analogy for America, because I've seen it that way. The more that we are in sin and more self-absorbed with things and the things that we have, and we're not helping, and even knowing our neighbors anymore, or not community-oriented any longer, not interested in what's going on in our town and our cities, or trying to make a difference or giving back or anything like that. we become selfish, and we become too self-absorbed to want to do anything. And then when anybody asks for any help about anything, and then you wonder why you don't have help yourself. When you become the answer to somebody else, it's then that you actually can help. And you'd be surprised. And you don't ever forget what one person's efforts can do. One person truly can make a difference. And we've seen this time and time again throughout history with greats that have risen up. And despite the adversity, despite the rejection of friends and family, they did it because it was the right thing to do. And they did it. And we need to continue doing the right thing each and every day, despite the naysayers, the haters of freedom, and they're out there, and the delusional, which are many, and that's a lot of people that live in this bubble called entertainment because they're just trying to appease their base, and that's it. But it's not based on reality, folks. It's not what you wish it or hope it to be. It's what it is. And it's not always a pretty thing, but we're going to try to get you through this each and every day. Good dose of common sense on For the People. If you like the show, we like to say share the show. You can tell them about our website at forthepeopleshow.com. We're listener supported. Become a member today and keep For the People on the air. Keith Allen saying all the best. May God bless.